everyone, I'm K.S. Lewis, and thank you so much for joining me today for Love Dish. So each week, I'm going to be bringing you amazing guests and tempting food. We'll leave no page unturned as we talk about love, sex, dating, marriage, you name it. All the while, you'll see how my guests get down in the kitchen. So pull up a seat, grab a plate. We're on in 3, 2, 1. Hi everyone, I'm K.S. Lewis. Welcome to Love Dish, where each week we infuse the richness of love and relationships with the goodness of great food. You are in for such a treat tonight. I can hardly wait. I'm hanging out with some amazing women for a no-holds-barred girl talk session. Now, these are some of Washington metro area's heaviest hitters in public relations and media. If you haven't seen these women doing their thing, you have your eyes closed. But tonight, they're hanging out with me and dishing on their favorite recipes and a lot more. I think my guests have arrived. I'm gonna grab the door, you come right back. Welcome back to Love Dish. I'm K.S. Lewis. First of all, thank you so much for tuning in to my premiere episode. I'm so excited to have these ladies around the table with me, and we have already started the party. We are having a great time, but I do want to take just a moment to introduce you to everyone, and we'll start with Megan Alston, who is the co-CEO of Serene Management. So thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much. I'm Megan Alston, like she said, co-CEO of Serene Management. I am also the co-founder of Ladies in the Industry, and that's kind of what I'm here in representation today for, so I can talk to you more about that later.
And we'll get a chance to hear a little bit more about what's happening with Ladies in the Industry and Serene Management in just a second, but I want to introduce Miss Moy here.
Hello, I'm Lakita. I am CEO of Prize Possession.
And Prize Possession does. Tell us what you do.
Prize Possession is a branding and marketing firm. I'm also a publicist representing different clients in the local area, DMV.
And just for those of you who may not know what the DMV is, we're talking about the Washington metro area. So it's DC, Maryland, and Virginia. So now I've clued you into a local secret. That's what we're talking about when we say the DMV, okay? And then we have Ms. Tara.
Hi, I'm Tara Gates Anderson. Honored to be here and ready to eat, y'all. I'm CEO of TJ Unified, and TJ Unified is an amalgamation of business and media intelligence. So I speak on business branding and help businesses build their brand, but I also do media correspondence where I cover the red carpet, do celebrity interviews, and a lot of other fun things.
Awesome. And Miss Micheline.
I tell you, it's Miss Micheline.
Miss.
I know. People think I'm saying Miss Micheline. No, Micheline into it. I'm Micheline Bowman, and gosh, what is my title? My title right now is transitioning. I'm transitioning into becoming a full-time publicist. I have some great clients from the medical field all the way into the entertainment field, and I'm also doing a lot of speaking and hosting and working on a book to come out. Do tell.
And speaking of books, just in case you think this is all I do, I'm actually an author. And my books are The Game According to Life and Love Notes for Life. So if you haven't had a chance to pick those up, I encourage you to do so, because they are really hone in on what I love to talk about, which is love and relationships. And the second love of mine, my passion, is food. And so
I'm doing myself like this because I'm ready to eat.
Is this my fault?
I know.
I know it's rude to do this, but I'm like,
and you know what? So the whole thing about Love Dish is that I bring people together to talk about their signature dishes, and so everybody's had a chance to bring.
Oh, right now, hey.
That's how serious this food is.
Look, even the universe is trying to tell us to get ready to eat. But so, we come together, we talk about love and relationships, but then we also make a signature dish. But today, since it's warm outside, and if you know anything about DC, you know this time of the year we have thunderstorms.
Yes.
And so we were kind of doing a backyard barbecue, but it's too hot to be outside, so we brought it in. And we each brought our own signature dish. So I made the pasta salad. Miss Tara, you made that crazy for you cornbread that I can't wait to eat. Miss Micheline made.
Please pass the potato salad.
Hey. And Megan.
I have salmon lettuce wraps.
The salmon lettuce wraps.
That's what's in
Now we gotta be healthy, just a little bit. And eat the
Oh my
lettuce.
gosh, I'm a health nut. I can't.
But that salmon
help
looks
it.
to die for. So I can't wait. And you brought the beverages. So hey.
I'll drink to that.
Watermelon mint iced tea, y'all.
Hey. And we all have a little other, we all have something in our glass. So, and then we rounded out. So again, barbecue chicken wings, Old Bay wings. Those go with all the summer salads and everything. So I thought I'd just throw that in just for, good measure. So we're going to be right back. We're going to fix our plate, and then we'll be jumping right into this juicy conversation because I can't wait to hear about you all's love and dating relationship.
I can't wait to hear about
What's
Right. We'll be right back on Love Dish. Welcome back to Love Dish. I'm KS Lewis, and you can see my girls and I have already begun to dig into this fabulous feast before us. We've got some salmon, we've got some wings, we got some crazy for you cornbread, we got some please pass the potato salad, some pasta salad. We have some of everything, anything you could imagine, and from the oohs and the ahs and the
this cornbread.
it's good. It's good. So while we are enjoying the meal, though, I do want to jump into just some questions so we can kind of So
I'm making a mess already.
as you all know, we all have had different experiences where love and relationships are concerned, right? But I want to know if you could consider what you know about love right now, what do you think love's greatest purpose is? And I know that's deep. I jumped right in.
Like that's a main course question, I guess. So we're eating
main course.
She went from the appetizer.
Right. I know.
You said love's main purpose?
Love's greatest purpose.
Greatest purpose.
Ooh.
Go ahead. Ooh. That's deep because for me, I just love when I say the word love, I know what it means to me. I know how it makes me feel. Love completes me. It satisfies me. It fills me up. It pushes me every day. I mean, love is just such a broad term. So it depends on what you identify with being love or what is love or actually being in love. Because I have been in love with so many different things, not just a physical person. So to me, love it's life.
Yeah. I like that. Love is life. I like that.
I agree.
And I'm going to keep on eating now. Somebody else talk.
Anybody else?
I agree.
For me, I think love's greatest purpose. To me, it's a bunch of words. So it's like not this one thing. It's acceptance of people for who they are. It's unconditional. It's non-judgmental. But I think its purpose is to bring us together in a compassionate way. I think compassion plays a great deal in that. So I think that greatest purpose is to just bring us all together.
Yeah,
Nothing
I like
deep,
that.
but
that
bring
is
us
deep.
together. When you're operating in that non-judgmental self-acceptance, accepting others for who they are, unconditional, and
sometimes I think operating in that realm leads us to places that we never thought we'd be, and it helps us open our minds to things that are quite different from maybe what we've been taught, because I can say I've met people along the way since I've been an adult that are totally different from what I grew up thinking about as far as whatever their shape or makeup or whatever their thoughts are. But once you start beginning to love people and being compassionate and just listening and being open to who they are as a person and not what the idea is,
Right, because the idea of love is going to change depending on the decade of your life. The way I view love in my 20s is totally how I viewed it in my 30s or my 40s, and now I'm in my 50s. It's like,
It's so true. Even in the 20s, you love things. In the 30s, you love others. And in the 40s, you learn to love yourself. Because you really get to know who you are, as you go.
And why does it take so long? When I turned 40, I had girlfriends that, of course, turned 40 before me, and they kept saying, "Oh, you're gonna love being 40." And when I did, it was like almost like a light bulb clicked, and I thought, why did it take me so long to get here? Like, why
that's a life lesson. I think. Trust me, if you love 40s, wait till you get to 50s. gonna tear. You gonna put not just your whole foot, your whole leg gonna be up there. Because at that point, I think you appreciate the time that you've invested in this life, making mistakes, trying to figure it out. So you weren't in touch and in tune with who you are. Where you know,
and make no apologies.
I was gonna say that. He's like, you know what? At this point, it is what it is.
Right.
I mean, I say all these little 20-year-olds. No offense to 20-year-olds.
Right.
They got the perfect bodies for their perfect. This is my 50 perfect. So hey, hello. I'm like, hello, how you doing? It's like it is what it is.
You ain't too shabby for 50 now. Give yourself some
Slim and trim over there.
We represent all generations.
We really are. We really are.
And I'm proud. Like, people always have that issue with age. Like, I love my age. I'm not. Yeah, I love my age. So people always say, "Oh, I'm this, I'm that." No, this is me. Carry the one.
The people would ask you not to tell how old you are. Because people ask me, "Why do you tell how old you are?" I said, "It's a blessing to be living."
Yes. I mean, if I didn't have life after 20, like, say if something happened, I wasn't on the earth, I would have.
I know.
Like, oh my gosh, I got to experience all these things.
Love.
What about you, ladies?
I would say love is fulfilling. It brings that sense of joy. It brings peace. It brings happiness. And I think to love someone, it has to be genuine, of course. And so those bring about, it helps you through your day. Whether it's friends, whether it's a significant other, whether it's business partners and things like that. Love is definitely fulfilling.
I hate to be one that just says I agree. I really agree, especially with the bringing people together, because I'm a lover. I've always been that compassionate person for as long as I can remember, and I'm still in my 20s, and I just feel like I grew fast. I moved away at 17 when I went off to college, and I experienced so much on my own that it just taught me how to love, like, wholeheartedly and like unselfishly love other people and things like that. So I definitely agree when you say it brings people together and it's fulfilling. It makes me feel good that I know I'm not selfish. It feels good to know that my heart is open to any and everyone.
I'm loving this food right now.
It's good stuff.
Always a lover of food.
You all did a phenomenal job. The salmon is amazing. The wings are great. The
everything is
potato salad is good. The pasta is
really
good. And the cornbread is delicious.
I'm sorry. Let me tell you one more thing about this cornbread.
No,
I need
really
this recipe.
good.
Yes.
I'm just gonna be honest and go on record and say, okay, she cannot leave out here without checking.
I have it already.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So I'll make sure I share it at the end of the show. But this cornbread is
good.
delicious.
I'm over here like,
everything is delicious.
Go lick your fingers.
It is crazy for your cornbread. But I would have to agree with Megan. I think love is totally selfless, and I would say when I had my daughter, that's when I realized that that I really could love. I mean, and it's been as she ages. It's like I fall in love with her over and over again, because as a baby, of course, babies are wonderful and you just ooh and ah, and I love babies, but as she gets older and she's becoming her own person and her she's just blossoming into a beautiful young lady, it's interesting to just navigate the relationship with her, and I'm finding like, God, I just love this girl, when she's gone I miss her so much, and at that age they don't call or nothing, but
my dad used to tell me, he's like, you'll never experience love like the love for your child. And so I think it taught me how to love unconditionally. It taught me how to love myself, because you want your children to love themselves.
You want them to love you when you get older, because they're going to take care of you. Like, look, love me now.
I'm living in my daughter's East Wing.
I love that. But that's true.
That is, and it's so interesting you say, teach her to love yourself, because with me having such a big heart and things, it was hard for me to love myself. But even though my daughter's only 3, I'm still learning, and like her just, she's so sweet. I don't know what, I don't know how,
child.
and what I did to be blessed with her. But she
you're
is
blessing
just like,
others.
she's such a sweetheart, and she's teaching me daily how to love myself and just unconditionally love myself. So where it's like, I haven't felt like I let myself go, but I'm not like pressed over being guys, I'm not pressed over if things are going great, or if I'm putting, like, I stopped putting on makeup every day. Like, whatever, like, as long as this chick digs me, like, all the way. But it doesn't matter. And I wear like a lot of wigs, so
We did you for real up in here tonight.
I take it off, and she's still so in love with mommy, and I'm just like, I don't need to put on a whole bunch of things
filters.
for her to love me. So it helps me a lot to love myself and be comfortable in my skin and who I am.
As a grandmother here, let me just say.
I'm
gonna take a bite of it
now when you grow up, because she is like,
It's time to drop the fork.
As a grandmother bunch, literally I'm a grandmother, I will honestly say that my granddaughter will be 2 in September. And before, my son was like, well, at least you want a grandmother before you were 40. I'm like, it doesn't matter what age, because, it is what it is. But the fact is, I literally sat down and looked at my life, and I'm saying, I have a legacy with my son. I'm a grandmother. She's a part of me. I mean, my blood is running through her veins, some way, shape, or form, because of my son. So, I mean, it makes me appreciate it, just even the extension of who I am to him, down to her. I'm like, oh my God, now it's going to get all wrapped up inside her.
You get to enjoy it.
It's nothing like grandma's love. And that grandma's love.
They on a whole nother level.
I'm considered my mom. I couldn't do that grandma. I ain't no grandma. I'm not glammy. I'm not Nina, Maha, whatever his name. I'm my mom.
My mom is nanny, but my grandmother was me mom.
That's no offense to me.
What does me mom mean?
What does that mean?
I've heard that.
I'm from the South.
Yeah, I was
from
about
North
to say.
Carolina, and so that's good old country.
Remember that show Hee Haw? Like it was
Why hear me, mom?
I know y'all don't, but
where they got it from. That's probably where they got it from.
G-Mom, come on.
G-Mom, that's cute, kind of gangster.
Giving me names.
That's my G-Mom.
Yeah. Be that. I'm like, no.
She old school people talk right to you.
Oh, gee.
Oh, gee.
Well, I think someone was mentioning the age earlier, and I wanted to ask if you could say one thing to yourselves regarding love, regarding love to yourself at 20, what would it be? So if you could think back to when you were 20 years old and say something to yourself regarding love, what would it be?
That's a long way for me. Y'all go.
We got wait a minute. We had to crack open the encyclopedia.
I got to think.
Okay, that is not forced. Like, I remember being young and
I'm sorry.
Please, I'm on my second plate in a minute.
Go ahead.
a couple years ago.
I know, a couple years ago. When I was a teenager.
I just remember like trying to being in love for like the first time with another person of the opposite sex and getting my heart broken for the first time and just trying to force that person to realize how much I care for you, why you don't feel the same about me. It's like we've to me now wasted 4 years and I'm just like it's not at the end of the day, like love is not forced and it is natural, it's genuine. I would just go back and tell my former self, it's okay, it's not the end of the world, it's not forced. If it has to be forced, then let it go.
It's not there.
Yeah.
That's so true.
So,
Yeah.
I know what I would tell my 20-something-year self. Being 50, looking back, I would say just have patience. And for black women, date.
Yes.
We do not date. We get in a relationship with one dude.
And
We
that's our
invest
man.
everything.
Right off the break.
All of our energy, all of our time, all of our everything. Whereas men look at us as, well, I'm with her, but I'm going to still date.
Right.
And, to me, that's not how it should be if you're going to be in a relationship. But black women, we don't date. And I'm saying we because I remember I got into that one-time man. That was it. Broke up. The next guy. So that worked out. Broke up. I didn't allow myself to experience other cultures, other races, other anything. Because I was just focusing on one guy.
So you're a serial monogamous.
And see, I'm gonna come back to this 20 thing. But what you're talking about is something I I speak about this all the time. I think our white counterparts,
They date.
learn how to date at an early age,
They do.
where we're focused on education, we're focused on our careers, but we're not taught the essence of getting to know someone so that we can find out what our likes are, what our dislikes are, and whether you match those.
Right.
You
It's
know?
okay to date.
Yeah, and another thing I think comes into play, it's kind of like what I would tell myself. So like what you were just saying, we focus on all these things and who we need to become.
Right.
But if I could tell my younger self something about love, is that I would look dead in the mirror and say, you are enough.
Yes.
That is what I would hear, because if we know that we're enough just as we are, then I don't think as black women we would be trying to do all these things to okay, I need to have this, I need to have this, I need to have this. It's almost like, you know, I always felt like we had to work harder than say white counterparts, you know.
I agree.
You gotta have this degrees and this much experience and this and the other. We gotta have it all together, and we're so focused on trying to get it all together. But why are we doing it?
Yeah.
Because inside we may not feel like we're enough. And you know, when I came to that realization, I'm enough. You know, I would have told myself that.
Wasn't it
I
so
was
freeing
18.
to come to that
Oh, my
realization?
gosh. I'm the bomb, y'all. She's the bomb. I would have told myself that like
Yes.
years
you are
ago.
enough.
But in a humble,
It will free
good
you.
way.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? In a
Yes,
humble, good
unapologetically,
way.
and it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay
Yeah.
to say that I am enough.
Yes.
I am loved. I am happy.
Yes.
Regardless of
I
what
am
someone
that.
put you through.
Yeah.
And so that's what I would say too. To my 20-year-old self, stop comparing your relationship to other relationships. Being in college at 20, you know, was the social media says, oh, my relationship needs to be like this, or we need to post everything on social media, or we need to do this, you know, and it's just like, stop comparing yourself to others, you know,
Wow.
just live, just
Yeah.
love, just let it be, like, it's no competition, you know, and then.
But it kind of is when you think about what you know is fed to us every day. You know, you have reality TV running rampant, and things on social media where people kind of post what they want you to feel like their best life is, as opposed to the reality of what their everyday is.
Can I jump in with that?
Definitely.
I think it's what we make it mean to ourselves. Like I used to feel, you know, that way. But
Yeah.
then what if somebody, you know, is on there doing whatever? It's what I make it mean.
Right.
I have control over that. So I don't care what anybody posts. What am I making it mean? And that's where I have to
think that's great
I have to
advice.
step back from that. Like,
Because you gotta do what makes you happy.
yeah,
Absolutely.
if somebody's happy posting a bunch of stuff or whatever they're posting, you know, that's them. That doesn't
Right.
mean that I'm less than. That doesn't mean
But you know,
that
there's
I
some
gotta go
people that
post
are
something
looking
like that.
and they're comparing, like she
I'm sorry, y'all
mentioned.
digging in my teeth.
Please, I'm about to pick up this
I
chicken.
need dental floor.
I got
But you know,
some
there's some people that are looking at something that someone's posting on social media and they're comparing their situation to
I
theirs.
believe it.
You know, and they're
They're
just
realizing that they're going through the same things that we're going through, the same struggles.
Exactly. I
Yep.
tell people look at me like, oh, Miss Shalene, you're here and there, you're everywhere. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm everywhere I want you to see where I am.
Exactly.
Trust me. You're only going to see what I want you to see. You
Right.
already
And that's
know
what
on
people
social
have to
media.
understand about social media. It's all
it's the picture you paint.
Yeah, exactly.
The
I
story
do
that
love
you
my
tell.
life, though.
I do too.
I can't put y'all, we're going to toast the
Toast the
life.
life.
That's what you have to
I can't
do.
tell y'all everything.
And
but-
while we're toasting the life, we're gonna take a quick break, and
'Cause
please,
I gotta fill my plate up again.
we gotta
I use my
do a
fingers.
quick
Yeah.
refill. And we'll be right back on Love Dish. Welcome back to Love Dish. We're having a girl talk session, and we got a lot of fabulous food. So, everybody good? Everybody like
Yes.
food?
Plate 2 almost gone.
So I want to ask this. So we've been having a really, really great conversation about our love's greatest purpose, what we would tell ourselves if we were 20 again. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about dating a little bit. She already starts laughing. Does dating become easier or harder as you age?
Right now, I'm currently dating Netflix. I binge watch everything. No, it's thing.
You're Netflix and chilling with yourself. Just you.
I like it that way,
Yeah.
though. Like,
Yeah.
You ain't got nobody distracting you. You can keep going.
You can watch the
episode.
whole movie. Oh.
No, when you does dating get harder when you get older?
Does it get harder or easier? Some people might think it gets easier. As you
I think it just depends on what you're looking for and where you are in your life. You know,
Exactly.
you know, Y'all may have to circle back. I'm
going to say, for me, get some more cornbread. For me, I think it's gotten harder because I look at my life and like right now, I've been single for a long time. I'm supposed to say a long time. And I have this saying that birds of a feather flock together. So I say, then why the flock am I alone? Because I mean, I'm serious. Because my friends have relationships, and I'm always like the third wheel, the spare tire in the trunk, whatever. But I still keep it going.
Yeah.
And then I've been told by men, and I've been told by women, their reason why they think I'm single,
which is
you work too much.
Yeah, well, they think I'm oh, you look so mean and evil. Like, and it hurts me. I'm thinking, you don't know me. I'm probably one of the nicest. I mean, I really feel that my heart is giving and caring. I will do anything. But at the same time, I'm a no-nonsense person.
Yeah, right.
I am 100%. I love me.
Yeah.
And I want you to love you. Right. I don't want to be 100 and you're 30 and I got to bring you up. You need to be 100. I'm 100. Right. Bam. Keep it going. But then I look at myself and people say, well, maybe you're intimidating. I'm tall, but I'm the shortest in my family. So I come from height. But I love heart. I don't love height. Yeah. So I've dated shorter men. I've dated taller men. I'm about what the inside is. I tell people, your core is your core. Your outside gets bigger, gets smaller. I don't care about that. But I'm finding the older I get, men look at where I am on the social status. Do you have a house? Do you have a job? What kind of car do you ride? I mean, men looking at me like that. I'm thinking, well, you should have that too.
Right.
You should know how to cook, have a house, have a job.
I feel like as I age, they really should have those things. And if you're trying to come anywhere in my sphere of existence, don't come with anything less than what I have.
And it may be a little harder. Like if I have to think about it and listening to what Micheline is share, is that I think as a woman, as you grow older and if you have been single or for a long time or whatever, you kind of get set in your ways. And you have these expectations, but the key thing about expectations, they have to be spoken. You can't have these unspoken expectations of people because then that will make dating very hard.
Right.
So I think it gets a little bit harder because now you're kind of like, kids out of the house. You have this, and so you just like, this is what I like. So I think you have to fall in this place of compromise, and it may not always be easy because if you're dating someone who you don't feel or gets to a point you feels worthy of the compromise or those kind of things, I'm like Micheline. I don't care. It's not about looks and all of those things. I'm about someone who is a genuine person.
Right.
Now I got a teeth thing, y'all. I'm like real big on the teeth. Real big on the teeth.
Oh God.
So
get some floss out now.
So that's it. Cause I need floss. Yeah, right now. But
we all got the teeth thing.
Yeah. So
we all about men with nice teeth.
Yeah. So I think it's though all of that other stuff melts and fades away when you have someone who genuinely respects you.
True. That's very true.
And is there, and I think everything falls under the respect umbrella. Someone who's supportive, someone who likes you, not just loves you, likes you. Someone who is going to care about you, want to be around, want to support you, want to motivate you. Because I'll give all those things back.
Exactly. Right. You want that to be true.
Yeah. Right. But it has to be spoken. You have to share that with people. You just can't assume.
They read your mind. Men,
And I had a girlfriend that'll write a guy off. He did not open the door. He did not get out, walk around the side, open the door.
Did you tell him?
I'm like, because where she lives is busy. I'm like, this is a busy street. Don't let him risk his life before the date is over. Don't write him off. But of course, we love those gentleman things, right? We love that chivalry. So that's, to me, it's just,
we do want them to take a little initiative with that.
Absolutely.
I'm
not gonna have to tell you everything.
Yeah, but they don't have to like trip over themselves trying to get to the door before.
No. Because some women are like that. I will sit in this car until you get around. I'm like, girl, please, the movie's gonna be over. Get out the damn car,
But we do want them to be gentlemen. We do want them to pick up the tab at dinner. But I like to eat, so it may be cheaper for y'all to take me shopping.
A few surprises here and there. Surprise days.
My birthday is tomorrow. Oh yes, it is.
And see, I like flowers, and I find a lot of times when you tell a man that you like flowers, it's like, unless they had the idea of sending you flowers or bringing you flowers, sometimes they take offense, and I'm like, well, how would you know? Like you said, like
communication.
I like them, so But what about
somebody
you?
Bring me a pizza.
I will tell you, I do not like flowers. Don't send them my way. They will be dead, and you'll feel bad. And they'll be like, oh, I bought you these flowers. I left them in my back seat.
Oh my goodness.
I just don't do the flowers.
Wilted in the hour.
Yes, right. It's funny, not as like. Okay, so I'm gonna go both. I'm gonna go easy and hard, because it's easy because now I'm not about to waste my time with you. I know exactly what I want, and I'm not gonna sit there and spend a whole bunch of whatever. But I still keep in mind that I am in my 20s, that my guy is in his 20s, that he's not really gonna have it all together in your 20s. So you have to think like that. And I think a lot of women, younger women especially, like she said, with the social media age going, they think that their 23-year-old man is supposed to have their own house and their own car, and they, especially coming out of college and as educated Black women, we're already up here. So it's like, oh no, you need to have this and that, and we went to college and this and that. Well, if we went to college, boo, he got the same debt as you. So we trying to crawl out the same hole together. So as far as like being as hard on a man from that perspective, it's like you can slide a little bit. But as far as putting up with a bunch of things, it's easier for me to date now because I kind of know my worth, and I know that I'm not going to and I'm not going
toast to the worth. And as a young woman, I'm so glad.
I got old baby fingers.
As a young woman, I'm so glad that you realize that about yourself.
Yes.
A lot of young women only think that they're worthy if they're, like you're saying, looking like the images.
Or sometimes in a relationship.
Sometimes
they have to have a man to be
right.
They don't feel secure with a love
Without
for themselves and they're not with another man.
And if all their friends are getting married, it's a whole nother issue.
Oh my God, when is my time? What am I?
Let me tell you, I'm going to be a little TMI. Out of my girlfriends, the last to have sex, but the first to have a baby. How did that happen?
Wow.
I was the last to have too.
Y'all got quiet. Okay, I'll say it one more time. I'm like, how did that happen?
You said it with too much TMI.
How did it happen?
I'm just thinking sometimes, but
Save yourself. That's what she's saying.
Yes.
You think the first time to be first. That's
Keep your power.
First time is not all that anyway.
let's keep it real. It's not.
It's not.
He might think it is, but just
I
it
waited
is
until I
not.
was 21, and I said I could have just held on.
Right. Sometimes I think I'm still holding. I'm just saying.
I was so weird because I waited until it was like time to go to college, and I was like, okay, I'm going to college in a different state, and I'm gonna have this attitude as like queen bitch. So I want people to walk around like, I'm this, I'm that, and they ain't gonna know me because I'm from a different state. Well, I don't want to get with a guy and not know what the hell I'm doing, so I need to go ahead and knock this out quick so I can be ready.
Oh my God.
It was like the worst experience ever. It's like I don't know, like we should just send out like a PSA or something. Like,
Everybody.
like, once you get past the, you okay? You okay?
And they probably don't know either.
It's like,
A minute in their 40s still saying, you okay?
Yes. You good?
you all right?
I'm trying my teeth.
Trust, sweetheart, you're not doing that much damage.
Oh God.
We are capable of having babies. You really haven't done.
Yeah, it's like,
I have to agree with you, Megan. You just know what you want and not to settle now, so you know what to go into and how to deal with different situations. It's learning experiences. So
Ladies, when do we give our best selves in love?
when do we give our best self?
Yeah. When do you feel like you give your best self in love? And you feel like you haven't gotten to that point
I
yet.
haven't.
I think it varies for different things. I feel like I give my best self in love when it comes to relationship or just life.
Let's say relationships.
Oh Lord.
I know. We can go and have some more tea after this.
Best self in love.
yes.
I don't know. I think it comes in many forms. It comes through forgiveness. It comes through appreciation of others and I mean, when you're respecting others, I don't know, my best self in love. And I think it just comes through the actions that happen in a relationship. In a relationship, you go through a lot of things.
Right.
So I think as you work your way through the ups, downs, sideways, all those different things, you are being loved because you are there. You're forgiving. You're accepting. You are making sure your voice is heard. You're operating in honesty and integrity. So I think throughout a relationship, I've given my best self through those things, through various situations, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. Do you think someone can pull that out of you? Or does it have to be in you inherently?
I think, I definitely think it could, people, I think it's both ways. I don't think you just grow up not loving and then you meet somebody that's...
And you're like,
oh, I love.
Yeah. So in love.
I think it stems from who you are as well as who you're with. Reciprocity is huge. So, when you're receiving and you're giving and receiving, it's a beautiful thing.
Yes. Most certainly.
Yeah.
I'm just going to hold my... I'm still
I can't with you today.
I'm just saying, I know it's out there, but again, I have a lot of sayings y'all know. I say that I'm a queen, he needs to be a king. I ain't got time for jokers. I'm just going to say.
Yeah.
It's true, though. It's so true. It's so true.
Life is love.
As you get older, you recognize the jokers a lot quicker.
That's the problem.
You don't have to go through the whole day. You have to go through the whole day.
I was like, okay, thank you very much.
And I get accused a lot of having the demeanor of guys when it comes to relationships, but I think that is my best self, that I can read through your bull and I've
seen you in action.
I think when you get older, you can. When you get older, you can. You can so everything is so transparent. Even when they're not being, you're still able to see.
Like, okay, I don't like your shoes. That's you. Like, I don't like your shoes.
Girl, the shoes gonna be whatever by the time you get our age.
Yeah, you better look, baby. We gonna pay. Let's get you. Buy one, get one. Come on,
man. Having some flip flops.
But he has to have some pretty toes.
I'm about to say his feet are together. True. With some flip flops.
True.
Yeah, teeth and feet, y'all.
It's important.
And
we can too.
Like, I don't want to see if your nails are bitten off to the meat. That's nasty.
She did not say to the meat.
So wash your hands, put some cuticle oil on. We don't think you been laying bricks all day.
Take care of your nails and your hands and don't bite them all the way down.
Be well groomed.
I don't like to see those men with the nails that are grown all the way down and they folding over your finger.
Yeah. Some things are deal breakers. I'm gonna say between 20, 30, and 40, and now in my 50s, I have definitely stuff that I said I would never, ever, ever hear in 20s, kind of filtered to 30 when I said I wouldn't do that. It
telling depends on where you are generation.
Right.
Yeah.
Some things will be deal breakers all the time. Like teeth, that's a deal breaker. I'm just saying. But nails, I don't want somebody like sandpaper hands rubbing on me and like they've
been laying bricks.
And then they. But yeah, some things will definitely change. But ultimately, the love can embrace and encompass so much in all of our lives. Yeah. This love is what connects us all to living. That's why I always say love is life.
Yeah.
It just connects everything.
Yeah.
I love that. Love connects us to living. And we are going to connect with this food just a little bit more.
I'm going to connect with some drink.
Right back. Yes. Welcome back to Love Dish. We have just been, woo, Lord have mercy, dishing it up, talking about some of everything. It's been fun.
Yeah,
it's fun.
Absolutely.
I got my belly filled. I filled my third roll, my fourth roll filled up.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. Now we stopped. We ended with talking a little bit about dating and whether we thought it was harder or easier as we age. So, who do you think becomes attached quicker, men or women?
I would say women. Because women, just because we're more maternal, we're more nurturing, we're more caring. Not that men aren't, but I think that women latch on quicker because that's our role to be that first. Let me make sure he's okay. Take care of him. We do latch on, but the problem with that is, do we latch on with our heart or our mind first? That is what's going to determine the whole love.
And see, I'm the opposite. I think men attach themselves quicker because I think men are hunters, and when they zone in on their prey, you're it for them.
But it's just,
and if you give them any kind of leeway of interest, you know.
But this is the thing: when you're hunting something, once you get it,
true.
Does that mean, you know, is it infatuation or wanting what you can't have, as opposed to wanting something that's real? I think I'm not going to say it's the woman or the man. I just think it's where you are, what you're looking for, and how you plan to make that happen.
That's true.
That allows you to get attached. That's just my opinion.
I'm gonna go
Where
with
you are in
men.
life.
Men get attached first. Well, in this now stage of life, as like now millennial dating now, as of now, I have to say men. I think women now are on this whole nother ball game. It's like a whole different hybrid of women that just kind of knowing themselves early on. So it's like we're not falling for as much as we used to. We're not sitting here wasting our time with this and that, because we've been shown the door has been open for the same amount of success a man has, the same amount of success a woman can get. So it's like, I'm not going to waste my time with you, this and that. So I'm not attaching myself to a relationship. I'm just going. I'm going after me, because I know what I want. It's about me. I'm going to go get mine. This is going to be about me. So whereas now the men are just like, even with like the role reversal, there are a lot of more stay-at-home dads and things like that. So like the men are kind of taking on having that nurturing feeling, to whereas they're catching feelings because they're falling in love with the hustler. You know what I'm saying? So it's
the idea of
the
who
idea,
you are.
yeah. So it's like, dang, I'm in love with her because she don't play me like me. You know what I'm saying? like I'm loving
But is that
her.
is that back again though? Is that a what I can't have? I mean, I think a boomerang when you describe that. And I don't know if y'all saw Eddie Murphy boomerang.
Yes.
But is it because of that? Is it because, I got 100 down to get it because she doesn't want me? Men love when you ignore them.
Don't want you that.
Abuse.
And-
You ain't like abuse. Or
No,
something.
I know. I think it's the chase. It's the making them own it. It's making them
But the
own that.
genuine and sense of emotion and love, and I would say women. I think
Yeah,
right
they
now
have
for
no
me
time for games.
and the millennial age, I think that the men see that there's so many go-getters now and women, so they're after that. Like, oh, I like her because she's at this position, or she has this, and she has that, but they can't come to the table now because I think they're in love with the idea or want to be with that person for the idea of what they have, and not more so that feeling.
But is that the things we want them to want us for? Like, do we want them to want us because we're go-getters, or do we want them to want us because of what's in our heart and what we bring to the table as far as our nurturing and our personality and those things?
I think both.
Yeah.
I mean, I think just like as women, we want men who are ambitious, you know, driven, successful, but also respectful, loving, and caring. We want the same thing. I think ultimately we all want the same thing. So I think, men love a woman who's about her business.
Right.
True.
You know,
Right, but not to leech. You don't say not to be that leech.
Not to be a leech, but also, are they going to love you when things fall apart?
Yes.
Right.
Are they going to love you when it's not as good as it was when it first started? Or are they going to stick through because it's going to get better? Because life has its ups and downs. And if you're only going to gauge someone on the downs, if you're going to do that, you better closely evaluate how I come back. Because
Come back.
because I'm coming back. You know what I'm saying? So
I love it.
who do you want? Somebody, because when everything is all good all the time, that is not a true test of a person.
That is true.
And if somebody has it good all the time, everything's going great, and something does fall apart,
Oh Lord.
how they gonna handle that?
Right.
If you have
They'll
the
fall apart.
opportunity to see me go from good to bad to
Still be
ugly
there.
to good to great to fantastic, then you know who I am. Fall in love with that because that's what's gonna get us through.
I used to
Hey, New Year.
pass the offering plate.
I just dropped some knowledge just now.
I'm like, yes.
Can you send me that? And that used to be my rap name in high school. Don't take me back. I had that on the back of the shirt all in high school. Remember that?
I did.
Roman letters. I want all capital Roman letters.
They don't know nothing about that.
Yeah, y'all don't know nothing about that.
Did it look like spray paint on?
Yes.
Having those zodiac sign on my
Yes. Sagittarius was way too long.
Yes.
But are you a December what?
No, I'm
December
November
4th.
27th.
December 20th.
I'm
Yeah.
November.
You a Sag?
No.
She's Scorpio.
What you Taurus. Okay. One of my best friends is a Taurus. So
Yes. I'm just saying.
Oh goodness! And I like what you were saying about gosh, I forgot what it was, but what it made me think about, you know, knowing someone through all seasons. You know, being able to spend time with someone through good, bad, ugly, and different. You know, so that you know who they are. You know who you're getting.
You know, how do they handle the holidays? If their parents aren't around, do they get all sad and sullen by themselves? Do they like to shop? And Christmas, they're all happy and bubbly. Because it's like with me, I love all seasons. Fall and winter are my favorite.
Me too.
Right now, I'm not happy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm just too hot.
You just kind of got like, if you gotta kind of find something to wear to not be too hot.
It's just
but
too much.
in the fall, it's like I'm chunky sweater.
Yeah. But you get a little bit of heat. You get a little bit of
That's the best thing.
Like, summertime. I
like the
gotta find a
summertime.
sundress.
And I think we can equate the seasons to the seasons in a relationship. You know what I mean? What is it like when it's cold outside? What is it like when things are hot and on and popping? What is it? What a transition period is like. So you have to really, you know, think about those things, because I'm gonna tell you, like I said, good, the bad, the ugly, but the comeback is the most important part.
We need to tweet that.
I did before.
Come back.
Look, I can't even sound philosophical right now because I got that off a meme. But it is. You know, the comeback is the most important part.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
It's gonna take a little bit of him from the summer, a little bit of him from the fall.
Yes.
Build my perfect man. Stack him up.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, how do we build our perfect man? Let's talk about twofold.
Lord.
Twofold. So if we had the perfect man, what would he look like? And then what are the top 2 deal breakers? I feel like we started talking about deal breakers just a little bit a while ago, but I don't know if that was on camera when we talked about deal breakers.
But you know, this is just my opinion. I don't believe in a perfect anything, because my perfect was perfect for me at that particular time. So I've never looked at and I'm not
well, as close to.
But for me, my perfect is a mirror image of God's likeness, who He feels I should be with.
Yeah.
And if I'm living a good life and I'm portraying a good energy, positive spirit, all that, the person who comes to me should be my mirror image, but in the male form. I love me so much. I love laughing. I love life. I love just people. So I know that whoever he is, he needs to love himself, love life, love people. I mean, be my mirror image, because that way our reflections are going to be like looking at each other, and everything just
I love that.
meshes.
Yeah, exactly.
That's good stuff. Anybody else?
The
table is quiet.
I got something to say. I'm gonna give my time.
I'm trying to be in love, so
Me too at some point.
wherever you are, you can be my mirror image.
But I agree, and then you have to be able to. I'm a hard person to deal with. Easy to please, hard to deal with, because it's like I like the simple things, but at the same time, you got to deal with my attitude. You got to deal with me wanting things my way, being able to get me to compromise, like come up with your logical excuse on to why I should go your way as opposed to I've been sending my way so long. And then I'm a daddy's girl, so it's like I've been princess my whole life. So it's like you gotta treat me the same way.
Yeah, it's time to be a queen.
Not wait on me hand and foot, not take care of me, not be my daddy. I have one of those. Like, I don't need you to replace my father. I don't need you to try to control me or tell me what to do. I need you to be able to think for yourself as well as I think for myself. I need you to be able to be on point. I like intelligent conversations. I like goofy crap. I'm sarcastic as ever. So it's like you gotta be able to take it and dish it and make me feel like I don't have to put on a mask with you. I can be honest and I can be able to lean on you. Like, yes, I'm strong, but like y'all was saying, like it's what your reaction to when I'm down, when I'm not on my A game, when I'm feeling kind of sick or something like that. Like, are you gone, or do you pick up the pieces? Do you lift me up? Do you, hey babe, let's pray about it? Like,
girl, that's sexy. I'm sorry.
Yes,
that is.
Or like, pray, or talk to God about it. Are you saying that, or are you MIA when I'm down and going through it or whatnot? Are you always hassling me? Do you not want me to work and do things I'm passionate about and just pay attention to you? Like, I'm not your mama. I'm not gonna keep taking attention to you all the time. So it's like what?
I'm sorry. We're over here talking about we don't need to work. Like, she's in her 20s. Go ahead, work, bro. Go ahead, work. Well,
Now,
you don't want me to work?
That's different. If you like,
Come on, you don't want me to work?
You want to tell me not to work.
Wait a
Nah,
minute,
I gotta work. I
Not
like not work. I would not work, but I go.
not if we
I wanna pick
both
and
trying to
choose.
make
Make
it.
it,
You want me
yeah.
to not work, so you can feel more masculine or something. Like, no, don't try to play me, put me down, cause you got an ego issue.
I'm trying to get up when I want to.
Yeah, I mean, I guess when I'm looking at it, I don't know if I could build it, but I'm with Micheline. Like, I want a man who loves God
Yes.
and who loves himself. And I feel like when you truly love yourself, you know who you are. And when you know who you are, you know how to give love
Yes.
consistently and love in many forms, not just, a physical form or, emotional form. It's all of them. Unconditional. So I think, a man that loves God and loves himself can then effortlessly love me.
Cause I can't play into your ego all the time. Like, come on, you're gonna have to be able to be good with yourself. Like,
I'm doing something.
We gonna find you
I'm
something?
stroking ego a little bit.
the whole time though.
Of course. I think
little
it's
bit.
necessary. I think
Do
it's
a little bit.
necessary.
We like,
Because I want my
we
ego
like
stroked
4 or
sometimes.
5 years in, I'm still stroking that ego. My arm about to fall off. Like,
The arm about to fall off.
Yeah, you gotta put it in your pocket.
Yes. I mean, I think we all, and we gotta look at it as acknowledgement and love acknowledgement,
Yeah.
not ego stroking, because it's almost like we want to be acknowledged, right? We
right.
want to
Yeah,
be
know
loved
that you're
too.
paying attention.
We want to be appreciated, and I think when you do those things, you're just showing love.
Yeah.
Showing love, yeah.
Because I definitely want to say, babe, fix your weave, right? Or,
yeah, tell me.
or wash not
Right.
showing. Or, little clear things.
Wake me up in the middle of the night, be like, your scarf came off. Thank you, boo.
Yes,
And that was another meme I saw, y'all. If he wake me up at 2 a.m. and say, baby, your scarf fell off, wrap your head back up. I know that's the one.
That's the one.
Love.
Or you walk in, you be like, babe, your leave out. I'm like, I got it.
Thank you. Thanks for looking out.
Yes, thank you. That's smart.
Oh, God.
Please just wax that talk on me. Can I just?
Now you getting into deal breakers.
Deal breakers.
Taco meat, and gold teeth. Those are
Ain't no wrong with a grill. Ain't no wrong with a grill.
We talking about that one.
The only grills I need to see are the ones that I cook on. All that. No. That is a deal breaker for me. Or hey, Miss Lady, and then oh my God.
everything is
Not the
lying
Hey
when
Miss
you open
Lady.
his mouth.
I know have you heard of Hey Miss Lady?
Yes.
And with my
Deal
name, a deal breaker is if you cannot get my name right and you ask for my number. You call me asking for Michelle or Michael Line. I'm like,
Michael Line.
wait a minute. And anybody who knows me knows that when I pronounce my name to you, I know it sounds a little like, did she say Michelle? So I have like, Micheline, Hercules, to make people remember.
Right.
Or I say Michelle, but lean into Michelle. Micheline. I do all my things. I mean, to make
It shouldn't be no reason. They all a tutorial for your name.
I did. So when you call me and you can't say my name and I've said it, Micheline. I mean, I've given you I don't know how else to do
Every
it.
opportunity.
Oh God.
Deal breaker. I'm gonna say disrespect.
Oh,
That's my
really,
number
yeah.
one.
Disrespect.
And lack of ambition.
Disrespect.
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 That was
And
my
that
number
covers a whole
Not even
plethora.
Yeah, disrespect.
So disrespect is a daggone deal breaker.
Yeah.
And if you and I ain't gonna lie, I've been in situations, through my whole life where I've accepted things.
Yes.
You know what I
Yes.
mean?
We all
So
do.
sometimes I gave people permission to disrespect me.
Permission, I
So
like that.
when I got who I was and knew who I was, and I had to take that back. So like I said, you go through a lot from your 20 till you start dating. your 20s on up.
I agree.
So disrespect is my deal breaker. And teeth, y'all. I don't know. I just got this teeth
We got the
thing.
teeth thing.
I think we all got
teeth
teeth.
I think the grills are cute. Like if you can buy me a whole gold grill with some
And it's
diamonds on
removable?
it, we rocking it. We go out. We just we acting crazy one night. It's removable.
Okay, I cannot picture
Halloween
you in
night.
grills.
I can't.
I'll surprise you one of these days.
Goodness, agree.
I can't. I'm telling you, just cook them. That's it. No.
Y'all taking yourself
But as long as that taco meat is gone, you know.
But I agree. I think a lot of women have let that disrespect kind of slide,
They
especially
take it,
like when
take
you were
it.
younger and like maybe they didn't quite know what disrespect was. But it took me to kind of like know me to be like, okay, now I would never have wasted my time back then.
That's the
Like,
thing that's part of life.
The awareness.
that
You have
you
self-awareness
want
right
to
now.
grow.
So when you
But
have
all
that
of these are
self-awareness.
learning lessons.
Right, you have to.
It's a lesson in each relationship.
If you wake up and you have not learned something within your 24 hours,
Yeah.
go back to sleep.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I love that.
Yeah.
Because there's no reason why my 24 hours should never be the same as anybody sitting here. What I accomplish in doing mine, it should be totally different than all of us. But we all should accomplish one goal as far as loving ourselves, loving that day we were given to make a difference in somebody else's life. You can't live your life every day about just you.
Yeah.
Because God has given us so many purposes. So whatever our purpose is for that day, be it to like be here having a nice great old wine and down and some more celebrations.
Yeah.
That's what our purpose is for this day.
Yeah.
But my tomorrow I'm gonna think back about today, and I'm guaranteeing I'm gonna hear your voice with disrespect. I'm gonna hear your voice with the grill. I'm just saying words, but everybody I'm gonna hear people's voices telling me something, and it's going to be in my core.
will have
So when I go
Yeah.
forward, I'm gonna take away something from this, and I mean, it's
And
just
then you
beautiful.
learn and you share, you keep sharing.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing.
Well, ladies, I want to just say thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me
Thank you
tonight.
for having us. Can we get to go play?
We can most certainly get it to go. But so because we've had such a rich conversation about love and dating and relationships, I want to end with one more question, and then I want everybody to just kind of tell everyone out there what you're doing and how they can get in contact with you, how they can find out more about your brand. What is your greatest hope for love? So we started the conversation with what is love's greatest purpose, and we talked a lot about different things, but what is your greatest hope for love?
For me, I'll say one word, that it becomes infectious.
I like that.
I guess if we're going with the one word thing.
I mean, it can be more. I'm just saying, I want it to be.
No, I like that. I like that. I guess for me, my greatest hope for love is that I'm able to give it to as many people as I can. It's more about pouring out than absorbing in. And I just want to be able to give as much as I can to impact somebody's life. However that may look, however God wants it to look.
To be genuine. When you say love, it's meaningful. People could feel that sense of being genuine. So when I look at you and say I love you, I truly mean that I love you. And it's not just because, it's the right thing to do or the right thing to say.
Okay. My greatest hope for love is that I'm gonna have to agree that it's genuine and that it becomes something that you're so willing to give, and you're not like guarding it so much. So it's like it's okay to give it out. It's okay to love your neighbor. It's okay to love your friend. It's okay to love someone with a different view or different lifestyle than yourself. That you're not just holding it in all the time. That just give it out. You never know how you might feel when you give it out.
So I'm gonna go get some love out in 9 minutes.
Most of the time you feel pretty good.
You must go get some love right about.
Oh, give it out.
Share it.
What happens in giving it out stays in giving it out.
Well, I would have to say that my greatest hope for love is always the same, and it's always that it's true, that it's authentic, and that it is a true representation of who you are on the inside. And so I want to thank you all again.
Thank you.
Megan, we'll start with you. Please tell people how they can find you.
Okay, you can find me personally on all social media networks across the board at Meg the Planner, because I am an event planner, publicist. Also, if you'd like to find my business, Serene Management, across the board again, it's Serene MGMT. And if you're looking for ladies in the industry, again, get to talk much about it. But it is a media music conference that comes up for women of the media music industry. And we just sit and we talk like this and we keep it real with so much things going on in the media and music industry, and how you're watched and how you have to portray yourself. This is a conference where you let your hair down. And we just talk about real things that happen every day, real women, because at the end of the day, we're still real women. Yes. You can follow Ladies in the Industry across the board on all social media networks, Ladies in the Industry.
Awesome. And is that your project that's coming up?
That is a project that's coming up. Our next conference is October 7th, Washington, D.C. Follow Ladies in the Industry on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You'll have more information about the conference, where you can get your discounted tickets, things of that nature. And you may see a few of these ladies at the conference.
You can follow me on social media at Prized Possession, PR.ZED Possession. Definitely keeping your eyes on the prize. I just launched my book project. It's blended views, so it's more like this, sitting and talking with different women and getting different views on different books. And I also just recently launched Come Out of Your Closet.
Oh.
So digging deep into yourself and really connecting with everyone.
Well, tell them the first book.
The first book is The Game According to Life.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yes, join
I'm
the
very
book.
excited.
Well, I don't want to call it a book club, but join it. We're gonna have fun.
Yes.
We're gonna have some
And
fun.
I'm really excited to be able to come talk with you ladies about the game. Yeah. So thank you for that.
Well, Kay, I have to thank you first for having me and having us here today. It's been great to fellowship with you ladies, and much continued success on this project.
Thank
so,
you.
Tara Gates Anderson, you can check me out at taragatesanderson.com, and on Instagram, Facebook, and Tumblr. No, wait, Instagram?
Ooh,
no, wait.
Tumblr.
Yeah, I do Tumblr. I'm old school, y'all. Instagram, Facebook, and Instagram, Facebook, it's Tara Gates Anderson, straight out, and then Tumblr, Periscope, Twitter, _TGA. So I'll be at the Ladies in the Industry event. I'm excited about that. I get to be there. I'm going to be speaking at that small business development event that's coming up. I'll be speaking a lot of places. So check me out at targatesanderson.com and follow me, and I'll keep you up to date on everything. And any red carpets I'll be hitting, and some other stuff I got in the works.
All right. How you doing? I mean, I'm easy too. It's Micheline Bowman, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Micheline. And also, a lot of people know me for my brand, which is Meet Me Monday. So I do a great Meet Me Monday. Well, I call it great. And now it's on tour. I'm traveling all over the country with that. August the 7th is the next one. And it's going to be fabulous. Instead of me telling you about it, you need to be there. And have a motto, if you can't come, send someone. Free event, networking, dancing, vendors, games, giveaways, a band. I mean, it's a lot of fun on a Monday. I have a thing I call it's a Monday mindset movement. I'm trying to get people to enjoy every day. And if you start off the week right, the rest of every day follows off just right. So Micheline Bowman, that's how you find me.
Awesome. And I am KS Lewis. So you can find these ladies all that, but listen, I'm going to be connecting with these ladies and doing things with them too. So just keep an eye on that. KS Lewis Media is where you can find me. On Twitter, I'm Girl Called Life, as well as Facebook. And what else is there?
Instagram.
Oh, and Instagram. You know I do. But it's so many of them these days. But
Back in my day, we had dial-up.
Yes.
So thank you for tuning in to Love Dish. Come back next week. We'll have more love conversation, and we'll have more great food.
I think I want to come back just for the food.
Yeah.
Please do.
I sit on the couch and we
We're still here. We just grab a plate. Don't talk.
Nice.
Please do. You are welcome anytime.
She
Thank
said
you.
that right there.
All right. Take care.
Bye.